Hello everyone, this is Dracolin again. Okay, today we're going to talk about the Fire Day Master for the year of 2019, the Jihai year. Alright, let's start. So, firstly, we have to identify your Day Master. So, as what I told you on the first video that I did, you just have to go to any puzzle calculator, then just insert your time of birth and your date of birth. You can know um, your day master, which is here, which I have boxed it out, which is the pink fire for this parts chart. So the day represents you yourself. All right, next. Okay, fire day master. So we have to know the heavily stamped relationship first. So if you're a pink fire or you're a thing fire, so this represents you yourself. So what is the connection and what is the interrelation of this the Earth? Okay, so Earth is a output star. So what is output? Output is something like a displaying of your abilities, your speech abilities, your talents, your knowledge, your wisdom. All right, allows you to have a lot of innovation, creation. So therefore, this is also classified as the performance star. Okay, so because we know that Earth is created by fire. Okay, so fire creates Earth. Okay, so fire have to create earth. So fire creates something, it's an output. Okay, so therefore you create something. It's just like you have an idea, you have a proposal, you create a strategy. So therefore, earth in Chinese metaphysics terms, in Basi terms, is called as the performance star. Okay, next. So Bing fire, the earth represents your hurting officer. Okay, actually it's just a translation from the Chinese text. We call it the Sangguan. Okay, Sangguan in when we translate it into English, we call it as hurting officer. Okay, it's the polarity differences problem. So there's a different name. Just like Bing fire is a yin fire, and the earth, which is 2019, is a yin earth. So we call it as the eating god. So it's just a name itself. Okay, so it's more towards the polarity differences. So Bing fire and the earth is a yin and yang, and Bing fire and the earth is a yin and yang. Okay, so what can you expect for this year? What's the general outlook for the Fire Day Buster? Okay, for wealth, we have this thing called as the creation of idea, which I explained earlier. So creation, innovation, invention is all what you want to do for this year. All right. So you have a lot of new ideas. You can able to display your talents. Your strategy thinking, your critical thinking start to become very powerful this year. Okay. Or maybe you want to start your own business. Okay, so you have this kind of feeling that you're gonna you have the motivation, which is the motivation, which is the third point, motivation for money opportunities. So money opportunities, you can if you're a freelancer, then you can have a lot of so-called opportunities coming to your way. Okay, and maybe you yourself have partnered with people to want to start a new business, so you have the motivation. It's just like an output. Okay, so this is for wealth. Next is for career. So output is a form of problem solving abilities. Okay, so when you're climbing the corporate ladders, you have to solve a lot of problems. All right, so for this year, problems comes to you, but you can handle it much more smoother. So it's easier for you to handle and tackle. So problem solving abilities, which is 2019, is easier for you. Whatever comes to you, you are able to resolve it. Okay, so you're very persuasive and influential. Okay, so your boss will listen to you because you are able to persuade him. Okay, this is one of the good point. Yeah. But however, after that, later when I talk about the relationship, there's another factor for hurting officer and anti-god. Okay, so for now, persuasive and influential. So you can persuade your clients, you can persuade your customers, you can persuade your boss to buy your idea. That's very good. So this is because we know that hurting officer and eating god, the output star, the performance star is a form of speech ability. Okay, so you have a very powerful speech to able to convince people to buy your stuff. Okay, presentation and performance, yeah, it's the same thing. So you have to be very good in this because it's natural comes to you. 2019, this energy comes to you, so you naturally have this kind of presentation and performance so-called chances or opportunities coming to your way. All right, okay, cool. Health, because you know that fire creates earth, so fire will weakens the earth. no, sorry, fire will create earth. However, because it's creation, it weakens the fire. Okay, so when it weakens the fire, then definitely as a fire day master, uh, you have some problems. Yeah. Okay, so what is the fire related issue? That's very important to the fire day master because you got weakened. You got weakened, so the heart issue, the stroke issue, maybe one of the problem. Okay, psychological is because you have a lot of output. You work too much, or maybe you think too much, you study too much. So therefore you overuse, or maybe you tired yourself too much. So therefore the psychological problems will come to you. Okay. So therefore you have to be very careful of your health issue. All right. So therefore this is for the fire day masters only. Okay, because it weakens the fire. Okay, so when it weakens the fire, because fire also governs passion, the fire also governs satisfaction, happiness. So if it's overused, lacking of fire is also a problem. So therefore, when you overdo something, then your satisfaction level will drop. Okay, so when the satisfaction level drop, you become unhappy. All right, so you have to find a balance. Strike a balance is very very important. Okay, cool. So the last one will be relationship. So because output is something you portray out. Okay, it's also your speech ability. So if you are a very strong, you have a very strong output in your chart, Nata chart, then I would say that this year will be a much more problematic year because it enhanced the energy. So it enhanced the output energy. It can be good by making a lot of money. It can be good by very persuasive, convincing. But however, if you overdo something, the negative part of output is argumentative. So if you are moving closer to that path, then you have to control yourself because you become very argumentative. You like to have a lot of conflicts with people, which is very bad. That's why that's the name for this. The name is called hurting officer. You hurt the officer. So who's your officer? Officer can be your boss, can be your clients. So therefore, hurting them is a form of hurting yourself, right? Because end of the day, you lose the case, you lose the assignment, you lose your job. All right. So argumentative may be a problem. Temperamental, maybe also another problem. Okay. So you have to control your emotions. Control your speech, control your thoughts. Yeah. So this year is a more on controlling and doing the right thing, position yourself correctly. Okay. So therefore, for female, because officer is also represents your husband, okay? We say the officer star or seven killing stars all represents your husband, okay? Or your boyfriend or your partners, okay? For the female, so you have to be very careful lah, because your speech may hurt him lah. Understand? Or maybe your actions may give him some problems yeah. So therefore you have to be very careful for the female. Okay, so for guys, because output is your motivation. So uh, so the guys will show love and concern to the female more this year because output produces wealth lah. So wealth is a form of so-called in the Chinese metaphysics 八字 theories, wife is represents wealth for the guy. Okay, so when there's a output producing wealth, means he himself wants to show love and concern to the wife. Okay, so this is a very good year for the guy, which you can show, your love. You can show your affection to your loved ones. All right. So therefore, you have to portray it. You do not keep it to inside yourself. If you keep it internally, then nobody will know it. Okay. So for the ladies, you have to control. For the guys, you have to show. Okay. So that's for the relationship part. So these four categories are the general outlook for the year of the pig 2019 for the Fire Day Masters. Okay, so please follow my blog and Facebook page. Okay, like and share. If you have friends that are Fire Day Masters, just send it to them. Let them know. Let them have the feel of what they can expect for 2019. Okay, so if you have any questions, you just write to me. Okay, write to me via my email, or you want to WhatsApp me, no problem. Okay, so if you really want to have a consultation with me, then let me know. Okay, then we can schedule a date together. Okay, So lastly, I wish all the Fire Day Master, Bing Fire or Ding Fire, to have a fruitful and blissful 2019. Okay, stay tuned for my next video. Thank you, everyone.